What's up, y'all? Hold on, just making sure camera's working right and everything. Checking stuff before we get to actually showing what we're doing. But hey, hope y'all doing well. Everyone's having a good day so far. Ugh. Hold on, I gotta switch something over. There we go. There's that way. This, come on, genius. Just slide over the edge. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a little better. There we go. Okay. Stay. Stay. Okay. Hey. What's up, y'all? Sorry, I'm just working on making sure that's getting there together. Pardon me and my Captain Lou Albano hair today. It's just how it is. But speaking of wrestling, hi there. You're new to the place and you're new to the channel. Hi there, my name's Knuckle Moose. Call me Knuckle Moose G. Call me what you will. Don't come late for because fat boy got to eat. And also, no BD. Unless it's, the fun ones and the ones, everyone cares about. Especially if you've got the will of it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying something new. I'm going to switch over to your screen and show off real quick what we're trying new. So give me a second. We're going to try something new this week. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I should I couldn't close the camera though because I wasn't sure which way it was lined up and stuff, so I had to make sure. Sorry about that. I apologize horribly. I truly apologize for the motion sickness situation. Sorry if it did cause it. I do apologize. But yeah, as you can see up in the top left corner or top right corner there, up over there, I'm trying something different this week. I'm trying something new. I've been talking about doing it and figured it'd finally be time to do it. Almost half the year or most of the year gone. But I talked about doing it in the beginning of the year. But so because we're on WWE 2K25 right now with this situation with LRW, and I have it set up in universe mode from the pay-per-view we did last, the big event we did last. I figured we'd take the middle of the month Friday, like for today, and use it to show a weekly bracket kind of thing, like what happens every week leading up to the PLE. So that way there's a little bit of storylines built and this, that, and the other, and people can watch stuff and still have fun with it, but still like feel like they're a part of the show that way too. That way we could also change things up if people want to change certain matches types and stuff like that, or we can set things up for later kind of thing. But it's a cool way to like have the crowd interact in more ways than one kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? But also give it like an actual like feeling of gotta do that. I'd also give it a feeling of give the show a feeling of actual like it's an actual thing stuff. So it's like a cool way to set up storylines and stuff like that, set up rivalries, things of that nature, things that way. And I figured we do it with LRW because why not? Be fun to do. Be very interesting to do, say the least. So we'll see how that goes. But we're gonna try this. Try see how it works. And if people like it, we'll keep doing it. If not, we'll go back to the once a month, as we always been doing. For the shows. So yeah, because normally what I do is the once a month wrestling event where I used to use Fire Pro Wrestling, but now I use WWE 2K games to I don't think we need that up because we don't really need predictions for this one. Oh, I mean, we could do predictions, I guess. But I got my thing up for predictions. That's why I'm like sitting here looking over. But I see myself on the screen, so it's like, but no, like it's a way to set up how to do like a weekly event. It's what we normally do is like once a month I will using rest. So let me go with the whole spiel again. So once a month at the end of the month, usually the last Friday of the month, if not the last week, the last day of the week, the last day of the month of that week, in that week. I try to do a wrestling show using originally Fire Pro, now WWE, to use characters that are downloaded from from people who give me fair use to use, but also using people's likenesses that are in the chat that give me full permission to do so. So we just have a wrestling show and just enjoy it and have fun with it kind of thing. Yeah, we've got a few people who are in chat that wrestle. We got a few people in that wrestle. people that have been downloading stuff. So I got tired of, because I don't mind seeing, like, for me personally, I got tired of seeing, everyone using John Cena and, all the characters in the game. I want to use characters I come up with or characters we create together, because I do make streams where we create characters and stuff. We have a few up on YouTube. Playlist side for LRW. Catch up there. All that stuff. But I wanted to like try something new, but like, I do it once a month where I just sit here, commentate over the match, and we say what, let things go happen and stuff like that and everything. And I forgot to fix the camera again. Normally I have a camera up in the corner, in one of the corners, for when I do the streams. But when I do wrestling streams, I don't use a camera. I don't have the camera up in there because I want you to have that commentator interaction kind of thing and enjoy the focus of the match and stuff like that. So that's why I do it that way on those days. But yeah, I'm trying to once bi-weekly thing, as I call it. Where here, I'll just pull it up on the main screen. A lot easier to see. Also, everyone's having a good day so far and everyone's enjoying themselves. So what I'm going to do is this, like, there's a calendar set up, right? And this is the main show and then the secondary show, which we call Separate Showdown. Shouts out to Penguin Power Stir for that name. I haven't come up with a name with the main show yet, other than just LRW itself. So like, there's no like Monday night something. I haven't come up with that yet. I'm letting those in chat, or those on Twitch, on the YouTube comments, or those in my Discord, exclamation Discord in the chat if you're watching live on Twitch, to give me an answer for that and see what they think would be a cool name to go with, for a show and pay-per-views and stuff. Like, I'm letting y'all vote on that, do that as well. And go put that in the suggestions tab kind of thing. So, and they don't have to be on brandish as much, but it would be fun to have like some like little on brand jabs for some stuff. Like, I'm just thinking about this now, might make an event, we might make a pay-per-view called Solving the Problem, STP. The STP, kind of like when, kind of a pay-per-view to like, set up rivalries or crush rivalries and this, that, and the other, pay-per-view to get out all your frustrations of the people you're angry at in the game. That's why, that kind of thing. Anyway, but that's an idea, like something like that, stuff that, we come up with. Also, like I said, I mentioned yet Wednesday, so I didn't stream yesterday, but Wednesday we got a new emote up. You use it as well, kind of thing, for those of you who are subscribed and this, that, and the other. I think it's for people who aren't. I think it's free. It's a free emote. It might be a subscriber emote. I'm not sure. I have to double check. Okay, let me check quick because I've got the thing up. Yeah, no, it's a tier 1 emote. That's what it is. So yeah, it's a tier 1 emote. I've got to move it there. All right, but anyway, but no, like, so you see, as we have it set up here, and then the sun, like, so like during this part of the stream, like during these streams, I would be going over both these shows throughout the whole weeks until we got to this, and then the end of the month we'll be doing that pay-per-view, whatever I decide to name it. I'm going to change that because I have it set up for Birthday Bonanza because it's in June right now, but we're not doing Birthday Bonanza. We'll be doing something else. So I'll have to reset that for another time, kind of thing. So yeah. But no, like, I go over these shows, go over what's happening in the show, kind of thing, like tonight's show, this, and we go over the matches and stuff, and we see what happens, and like we're going to watch some of the matches. We'll be watching like the main events mostly. Unless there's a match that pops up that's like, oh, we should check this out, because, it's two members of the chat kind of thing, doing stuff, or something big, important kind of thing, kind of match, it feels like. But we're also going to go over the news and the rivalries and this, that, and the other, and everything during this stream. End of the month stream, we'll be doing the big PLE, and it'll be just like a regular show kind of thing, and it'll be the big show with like all the matches and all the rivalries and everything set up and stuff like that. So yeah. But that's the idea, at least. So, and this is a good way to set up, like, it's also a good way to help me set up like matches better. A good way for me to keep track of like who's faced what for who, and It's definitely going to be a better system than what I would have done than what I've been doing with LRW and Fire Pro. Because Fire Pro, I've had a long extensive like notepad notebook thing worth of stuff to keep track of everything, and it's just this kind of helps take some pressure off my mind a little bit, kind of thing when I set these things up. But as of right now, whoops, yeah, I can also edit. I can also add in. I can also edit shows, add in shows, kind of things like that. It says Lunch Rush Arena right now because that's the arena it's in. I don't have an official name for it yet. I could try to set up one maybe. Let me see here. Yeah. So edit. Because I haven't set up a name for it yet. So that's why. So like this is where you could set up shows and stuff and create shows to put on like universe mode and stuff like that and just create your own thing. Um but I got an idea for this stuff for Monday nights. Let's see if y'all like it or not. Um for that right now. I don't know, chat. You let me know if you guys like it or not. Or you think it's a weird name to have for a wrestling show, but you know, it's just what it is. This is my love letter to wrestling because I can't physically do it. So other than commentary, so why not have fun with it while we're doing it, you know? But yeah, we have a tab on Discord for like if you have created wrestlers you want to create, and you know, you have WKK, and I cannot download it because I'm on Xbox for this one. I can't do it on PC. Though I would like to, I can't because my PC settings and the way the game settings doesn't match up copacetic even on low. So also, I'm trying to make sure you guys get the best value for the show. So that's why. So let's see if that's changed it on here or not. It may have. We'll see. Maybe not. I'll just do this because I've had to remake it twice, kind of here thing. So, but you know, we're just trying to do something that gets people more involved with it and stuff, and better chance to like for people to get a chance to vote on things and like interact and like choose if they want to try to like if they want to start rivalries with people, kind of thing. That can happen instead of letting the game do it, kind of thing. Just different stuff like that. Just some fun, interesting things to just change some stuff around, kind of stuff. So yeah. Also, let me make sure that the audio situation is set up properly, because so here's the thing with this whole audio thing. There is like once you put on streamer mode for this game, it cuts off every audio option, including commentary, including the entrances, any kind of audio that would be possibly copyright claimed gets cut off. And that means all audio except for in-ring action and the referee counting. And that's it, kind of thing. So I'm trying to see if what I did. Let me put my ears on to hear this. I'm trying to see what I did with the audio option stuff. Changed to where I can now have the audio on, but yeah, that's off. Okay. But I can have the entrance music on. And as long like so I think if I put entrance music down low like this, granted, you're not going to be able to hear it, which kind of sucks, but I understand why. So hopefully this helps with that situation. If not, we're gonna have to do it where there's no music, and I have to figure out a way to play music on something else, and it gets fed into the screen that way, kind of thing. But for now, we can possibly have the audio for the wrestlers and stuff to come out with and stuff and everything like that. So let me go back to the other screen real quick while we're talking. But that's the idea, That's the idea, is doing the month, like using today to go through the month to and I'm waiting to do this that way we get more people, that way people get time to come in and stuff, because I know notifications can be a bugger sometimes. Trust me, I hear it all the time. Like people are like, oh, I didn't get notified, or oh, my thing notified me this way instead of this. I know. Trust me, Discord's been having issues with me trying to cancel something and it's not working. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm gonna talk to some people later. But like I said, though, I'm giving people time to come in so that we can see stuff and everything. But that's the idea for this Friday, the bi-weekly Friday, as I'm calling it. The bi-weekly Friday will be going through the month to get to the event, setting up storylines, setting up potential matches, seeing a few matches here and there, kind of stuff. And then that Friday, the last Friday of the month, or the day we do the big PLE pay-per-view event, our big show, our big name show, that is when we'll do the big show. That's when we'll do just setting up the matches, booking everything, and I just commentary throughout the whole event, kind of thing. This is more like, hey, let me commentate a few matches we'll see, depending on what's good and what's not, and letting the game build a storyline that hopefully everyone will love to understand. If not, this way we can easily track and set up storylines, rivalries, things of that nature. If people who are wrestlers in my games, in this game, or in my eFed, can set up rivalries with people if they want to, with other people, kind of thing. But that's depending on how they want to go, kind of stuff. So I figured we take this Friday, to set up, show off what I'm talking about, more in depth, and like kind of give like a rough test drive of it for this month Friday. And if it works out real well, if you guys like it here on Twitch, if you guys like it on this YouTube side of things, you're watching this on YouTube, then let me know, and we'll keep doing it. If not, we'll do it for like a couple months, and then we'll stop, because I don't want to bring up new things that people don't enjoy. Plain and simple. So yeah. But that's what we're doing today. And then possibly tomorrow, if I have enough energy and mental fortitude to do it, because it's back out and I didn't get a chance to play the first one because I was busy doing a bunch of other things that were definitely worth it. I'm probably going to try to do possibly a Battlefield 6 demo beta playthrough on Saturday, because I figured Saturday I could start early in the day. I can go as long as I want to. I can try as much as I can of it, see if I still enjoy playing Battlefield or not, and see how it's like. As far as I could tell, people are loving it. Nobody's it's not like, because the only people who have complained, or the only people I hear about complaining about this game, are certain people who play a certain set of games from a certain company. And as someone who used to play both games, it makes sense why they're pissed off, because it doesn't do the same thing as that company does, which has never been. This has never been this kind of game. It's been another kind of game. And I'll talk more about that Saturday. But you get what I mean. That's what I might be doing tomorrow, if I have the energy after this and some other stuff I'm doing tonight. Because yeah. But anyway, no, that's the idea. So that is the idea. And I think after every week, I think we'll do, because normally I do this during the shows for the LRW stuff. We do commercial breaks. So for like commercial bathroom break kind of stuff, after a full week, like after like 3 shows, we'll run ad. Run 3 shows, we'll run ad. After a couple shows, we'll run an ad, kind of thing. That way we can keep John Twitch from, being upset with me for not doing stuff correctly about certain stuff. You're an ad. I try not to be. I try to be if it's an ad, I hope he's adventurous, adorable, addicting, you know, adolescently awesome, that kind of ad. Hopefully, not the one you're talking about. But how you doing? Hope you doing well, Pigeon. So yeah, I hopefully you were here to hear the whole kit and caboodle explanation I just went over, kind of thing as well. If not, I can bring it back up. So, uh, but yeah, I just feel like I just want to try something, see if this works. Kind of give more of like a push towards the other wrestling stuff as well. Does this mean I want to do more wrestling contests? Absolutely. But at the same time, I also know I can get burned out real quick on doing something if I keep pushing it over and over and over again. So I'm trying to do it my best way with having fun with it, but also where it's enjoyable. I was not just got here. So what today is, and this is once again, where you've already seen this, if you watch this YouTube, go ahead and skip forward. So what I'm doing is for this day, for the day, and like for hopefully next couple months too as well. This is going to be a bi-weekly setup where we have it set up on here where I have a calendar. Here, I'll go back to the screen. We have a calendar set up with 2 shows, Monday Night Munchies and Supper Showdown, which is the Monday and Friday shows. That'll go through the week, setting up matches. And we'll watch the last match or matches that the chat feels like they want to see, kind of thing as well. And then once we're done this whole thing here, when we get to this date here, we're going to stop. And then the end of the month will be the PLE show the big pay-per-view show I do every month, end of the month that you know about. But this is like a cool way to keep track of like rivalries and like setups for title shots and things of that nature. Well, let me go back to this real quick because you're in the main event, at least. We'll say that. You'll be watching you in the main event, so for this week, because the first match, this is the first week we got set up. First match is Furious Freeman versus Martin Mythos, Pedro versus Linda. Pigeon's going to be taking on El Tigre. Jacob's going to be taking on Yuri. And then the fatal 4-way main event, it's Wilfred Brimley, our champion, versus Graveyard, Jordan Rain, and Paige Quinn. So, oh yeah, the mask. So what's really cool about that mask there, I didn't realize I didn't need, I thought I needed a download to get it, and I didn't. I got this very easily in the game, luckily enough. I just had to go through the story mode like 2 or 3 times to get it because I picked the wrong pass. But yeah, no, like there's a bunch. Like I said, I worked on this game over a weekend to make sure there was a lot of stuff unlocked and stuff. So that's what's happening. But like I said, we can start the show, go down it like one by one. Look at the news to see what's happened, kind of thing, like this. How it sets up stuff. Yeah, apparently, Pigeon, you've got a rivalry with Alan Brady going right now as well. Where you've had like your enemies with Alan Brady right now for some reason. But like I said, we'll go down through them, and then once we get to the main events, which is this, we'll watch these. Everything else will be simulated, and then we'll read the news, and then we'll watch this to see what happens on the end of every week. And then we'll go to the next week on the calendar. We'll go to the next day on the calendar, which is this. And then we'll go to this one. And it's a wash repeat situation. Watching like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like maybe 7 to 8 matches, if not more, depending on time length and everything, until we get to until we get to here. And then once we get to here, we run the actual pay-per-view and then skip on to the next week kind of thing. So that's the idea for this situation. But like I said, it's a good way to like help keep track of stuff. And if we need to add in people, I can edit people in. I can add in, other superstars. I can add in I can make tag teams. We can automatically set up rivalries. There's a thing that keeps track of the champions we have for DDG, which is all these titles, which we haven't done 4 titles yet for reasons. But yeah, that's the idea. So, then I think for this one, for the weekly stuff, I'll keep the camera up for now until like chat or somebody else tells me otherwise, like, hey, let's do it without the camera kind of thing. So I'm testing out the water. It's a test run, kind of out in the waters kind of thing. Also, for those of you who are subscribed, by the way, like I said, once again, we got a new emote up. It's a very fitting emote because it's a picture of it's a John Cena emote. So, and that's what I made. So, go check it out there on the emotes thing. Those of you who have subscriptions already, go check, put it in the chat if you want to. It's a really funny one. But yeah, we're going to go through this week. We're going to go through these weeks, try it out. I'm going to commentate over some of the matches. And if you guys like what you see here, we'll keep doing it. Also, like I said earlier, this is for Pigeon or anybody else joining late. If you're on my Discord and you want to suggest names for shows that stay on theme with the Twitch stream, the only theme I want to follow is the stream theme, not just like LRW. Like you can follow like the LRW like motif as well, but like I'm gonna be calling like we've got Demonetized as a pay-per-view, Birthday Bash as a pay-per-view. I'm gonna be setting up later on the week. I'm gonna be doing next week a setup for STP Solving the Problem as a pay-per-view, stuff like that. If you want to put suggestions of that in there, go ahead and put it in the chat. There's a suggestions area. There's also a wrestling section for if you want to make a wrestler. So, like, if anybody wants to make their own wrestler or make a wrestler to put in the show using WWE 2K, they have it. Don't spend the money if you don't need to. You guys can put it in there because I have it on Xbox. So if I can't find it on Xbox, I can recreate it. That's why I have the thing set up in the description for wrestlers. So that way I can follow the pictures you guys send of what character you made, and I can make them into the game that way, kind of thing. That's the idea with that as well. So, but enough yapping on all the explanations and things like that. The sin of the mythos is not simply skull. No, it's skull and hair. A lot of hair. A lot of stuff to it. But speaking of which, Martin, you're up first. So we're going to start the show. We'll start off the weekly show of Monday Night Munchies. So we're going to call it Monday Nights for now until I get another name for it given. Waiting for Martin Cam. That's up to Martin. And I don't think he has a Fugi. So we're going to so my plan is this. We're going to simulate all the way up to this match here, to the main event. We'll watch the main event. If there's a match that involves more than one of our chat-made wrestlers, chat included wrestlers, like another ISO pitch and Jay Cobb situation, or like Martin and Graveyard versus somebody else. There's more than one person from the chat in the thing. We'll watch it too. We might watch that as well, but it's a chat vote we'll put up later. But we're going to simulate these until we get to the main event. And then we're going to watch the main event itself to see what happens completely. But we're also going to go over the news and stuff. I have to do it this way, so that way I don't accidentally sim the whole thing and we miss out the match watching. So that's the idea. Here we go. Raymond versus Martin. Random. Martin wins. Congratulations, Martin, on the win there. All right. Pedro versus Linda. I will never choose the outcome of the winner. Kind of thing. So it's proven that it's random. This is ISO versus Phantasma. Or El Tigre. ISO Pigeon won. Congratulations. Jacob versus Yuri. Jacob with the win. And now the Fatal 4-Way, the one we're going to watch. If I have to go back and fix it, I'll go back and fix it to where it's like, does CPU, I'll do CPU trick. I'll show off the CPU trick too if need be. Yeah. It should be like this, where it's just the CPUs and I control nothing. So I'm going to try to see if this works. If this doesn't work, we'll go back and redo it. So. All right. Like I said, I threw on entrances, but the music is down low. So you won't be able to hear it properly as well. I had to turn the music down low just in case. I don't know why it's doing that as the background. It's not the background he has. I have to relook at this real quick later for him.
From Concord, California, weighing in at 293 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Wildcat Brinton.
Wilfred Brimley, our current LRW champion, entering the ring. Out first. Getting prepped. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the music on but low so that way I don't get flagged for it. And if I get flagged for it, we'll fix it. And we will change it where you won't have the music again next time. That's part of the reason why I didn't do music in the beginning, because just in case we get flagged for something stupid. But this is indeed a fatal four-way. I believe it's normal fatal four-way rules where first person to pinfall or submission wins the match.
And his opponents, first representing the Unholy Union from New York, weighing in at 226 pounds, the Punisher, Graves Tuck Martin.
Yeah. But out here coming Graveyard Doc. One of the four other competitors in this match after a dominating victory. I believe, though, for Jaquan, in fact. I believe the person in the match with him, Jaquan, was the person he beat at Demonetized soundly. So we'll see how that goes. If it is indeed Jaquan.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Reaper, Judah Ray.
And there goes all the budget with the pyro. I believe he's wearing a USB stick as a necklace, which is interesting. Yes, we will see how this match goes, as once again, the first person to get a pinfall or a submission will be the winner of the match. This may have heavy implications to who will be the number one contender against Wilfred Brimley for the LRW heavyweight title. But we'll see how that goes after the night of events. Yeah. And their final opponent entering the ring.
And from Raleigh, North Carolina, Paige the Princess Quinn.
Paige Quinn coming out here. Paige Quinn, one of the finalists, I believe. One of the final three, if not final four, if I'm not mistaken, of the ladies' Royal Rumble match. Possibly looking for a way for her to get a shot at maybe the ladies' title. Or set up for another title effect. Like I said, we have four titles to... We have four titles to, set up, we have four titles still vacant at the moment. We'll be setting up later on as the time goes by. Here we go. Wilfred Brimley, Graveyard Doc. Ruby and Daquan. And Jordan. It's Jordan Rain. Everyone going to work. Jordan Rain with a DDT. Went for a drop kick into a splash and almost missed it. Jordan went for some kind of 630 and missed it completely. Here comes Graveyard Doc now taking control of Jordan. Ruby in control of our champion, but there goes Wilfred. Getting control yet again. Ooh, shots to the ribs and spine. Kenny shots in the lower back there. Jordan Ray, now he's getting on the nerve hold. That double nerve hold. The nerve of this man. Uh-oh, Wilford's got a weapon. There are no disqualifications in this match, so anything goes. But I do believe, big insecurity from Ruby. But I do believe it is first person to win via pinfall. It is not elimination on this one. Graveyard working on Ruby's arm in the corner. Jordan tried to, beautiful bulldog there. Jordan tried to go for a moonsault off the ropes there, off the springboard, but Wilford Brimley said no. Earlier. We'll see how it goes. Into the pin. Not even a 1 count. Still a good way to waste some energy, but to test the waters to see what the level they are. Oh, here's Wilford against Graveyard. Oh, Jordan Rain setting up the beautiful double arm butterfly suplex into a backbreaker. And there's a leaping flip into the thing. Drop kick to Wilford Brimley, but it knocks into Graveyard Doc. Put him in the bottom of the corner there. As Jordan Rain tries to take it. Oh, there goes Doc into a quick pin on Jordan Rain. But Wilford breaks it up. Breaks up the reverse attempt too. I do not believe the title is on the line, but still, Wilford does not want anyone to get a chance. There's a sling blade. Tanahashi, if you will. Into a basement dropkick. Keep anyone from getting a number 1 opportunity, possibly. And, reversed into, no. Twisted around, turned into a bulldog. Into the pin. Jordan tried to break it up, but Graveyard already kicked out. Huge release German suplex by Jordan Rain. And now Doc from behind. Taking Jordan to the ropes. And now putting the hurt on the neck there, forcing him to feel the steel cable across his throat there. As Wilford Brimley's outside, dealing with Paige Quinn. Graveyard was going up top, saw Jordan come and got down and blocked the attempt, whatever Jordan was setting up for. Jordan got hold of him now. Graveyard fighting out of it. Wilford fighting out of his situation. Throws her into the ring. Into the barricade of the ring there. Wilford Brimley up top now. Huge shoulder tackle off the corner. It's Graveyard and Jordan, who's now stunned in the ring, it looks like. Graveyard setting up for something big. Double axe handle. He crowned him. Wants to be called the Bessler. Paige Quinn now with the hammer with the baseball bat. I apologize. And Paige Quinn getting Graveyard before he could. Into a shooting star press. Off the ropes. Went up for something, but I think the Jordan hitting her with the candlestick cost her the difference. Holy cow! Spinning cutter. 2 count only. Beautifully elevating cutter there. Roll up into the pin. Got reversed though. Got kicked out of it. Not even a 1 count. Graveyard Doc though. Looking good. Huge knee. Catching Paige Quinn there. Doc. Setting up for a big sidewalk slam. And now huge, fire slam onto the champ. And a bat to the head of Paige Quinn. Return the favor to her. And now beating the arm with the bat there, keeping his opponent down. 1, 2, and Doc. Doc with the win.
Here is your winner, the Punisher, Graves Martin.
Congratulations to Doc on the big win there. No. 3.5 stars though. Not a bad match. So we're gonna go over the news of the show. See if anything happened weird. So ISO Pigeon defeated El Tigre Fantasma after accepting his open challenge. ISO Pigeon has captivated the LRW universe, the surprising of his opponent in the crowd. Maybe El Tigre, I don't know, one of the two. So that's the only thing that happened. That's a big note. That ISO Pigeon, El Tigre had an open challenge and ISO Pigeon came out on top, the winner. Yeah. All right. So, on to the next show. And this is what it does. I'll skip through to the next show, which is Supper Showdown, which is our next show. We have Yoshihino versus Kendall Kinnaman and Jordan Rain. We have Furious Freeman versus some guy in a mask. We have Jacob versus Pedro. We have ISO Pigeon and El Tigre versus Penguin Powerster and Ahir Akarifi. We're going to be watching that one. Because like I said, both, two streamers, two people there. We have Wilfred Brumley taking on Yuri King Kang for our main event. So we're going to be watching the last two matches of this one. So. All right, let's eliminate, see who gets the win here. Random. Yoshihino gets the win. The opening match. Match nobody cares about. Of course, that guy got the win. Go figure. Jacob versus Pedro. Corn versus Pedro. The Corn wins it. And now for the next two matches, as we watch ISO Pigeon and El Tigre. Okay, whatever. El Tigre and ISO Pigeon take on Ajir and Penguin Powerster in this tag team match. Set for one fall. We'll see how well this goes. We'll see if this has the same curse as every other WWE game when it comes to tag matches. And of course, already, not a lot of love between the two, between ISO Pigeon and El Faz and El Tigre, as ISO Pigeon tags himself in to take on the big manager. Almost a la Strange Bedfellows matches we are known for here. But just a little different variation of it. Pigeon now. Huge! Huge swinging neck dress like that. Oh, now we got cohesion of tag. Tag team maneuver here. Picked up in a suplex. Double team assisted superplex from out of the corner. El Tigre now in. Looking to do some springy thingy things from the outside. Oh, he got caught with a power bomb reversal. What's up, Titan? Come on in. Going in the corner now. Will Ajir tag to Penguin? He does. Tag team maneuver coming in. Double team flapping him, just flowing him over. And now Penguin going to work on El Tigre. Welcome on in, Titan. We're doing our... Uh-oh. What's Penguin setting up for? Big knee! Big running knee into El Tigre. Penguin setting up for something fierce off the springy thingy of his own, maybe. Springing crossbody into the pin. Only a one count. Welcome on in, Titan. We're trying out our bi-weekly go through a month and then end on the pay-per-view kind of thing. There we go. Ooh, big off the rope, big flapjack to Penguin there. Kicks to the lower leg and a big Mongolian chop into a sambo kick. And now in comes Pigeon, taking over for El Tigre. Give both men a chance to, oh, here comes Penguin firing back. Now probably realizing it's Pigeon he's swinging on, but he doesn't care. But they do not care. Into the corner they go. And then kick to the leg while setting up on the rope, trying to keep ISO Pigeon from doing any kind of aerial offensive maneuvers. Like this, into the tornado DDT off the corner. Oh, Penguin is in his partner's corner. May not work in the favor for ISO Pigeon as he now works on the arm. Fresh tag in, back to El Tigre. El Tigre with a wheelbarrow DDT. Penguin firing back now with a couple shots. Oh, Called El Tigre, set up for something. No, he got caught with a victory roll. Kicks out of it, though. Hot tag, here comes this year. Who's had a better time than the rest. Huge double stomp to the face. Caught him as he got in. 1, 2. It's not enough to keep the big man down. El Tigre focusing on Penguin. Oh, Penguin is not the legal man in the match. Off the ropes, into it. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, no! Penguin got hit by accident from El Tigre. After his gear move out the way. And, oh, Penguin tried to help out, got caught again. The miscommunication is crazy. As Ajir and Penguin Powerster just go on the offensive to set up their advantage now. Set up maybe an advantage of some kind through this miscommunication of the tag teams. The huge man is going up top. Into the elbow drop on the El Tigre. El Tigre rolling outside now, but Ajir knowing what's going on, seeing him going that way. Knee DT on the floor. And a big kick to the face from that one. And now throwing El Tigre back into the ring. Doing a little bit of damage outside there. Ajir doing pretty well right now. Uh-oh. Speaking of which, going off the ropes. Drop down from El Tigre. Tipped him over. Oh, and he drop kicked the knee out of his knee. Ajir trying to work the knee out from that kick earlier. Here comes Pigeon. Uh-oh. Elbows to the jaw. Throws him in the corner. And now up top. Setting him up top for something big possibly. Oh, big strike to the chest. What is Pigeon setting up for? Twisting neck breaker from the top rope. Into the pin. There's Pigeon though. Oh, break it up. Though it looked like Ajir's arms were underneath the ropes there. Ref could not see it. Ajir working his way back up onto the corner, but there's El Tigre now. Working the rib cage. Kick to the knee. And sunset into the destroyer. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, there is a win. The two of them are still not happy with the celebration. Something is going on here. Pigeon is not happy about something. So El Tigre is the victor of the match. Restart. Nice. Yeah. That was good though. I'm glad it shows like because they have because there's like a little bit of rival going on. Like it shows stuff happening with them in the rivalry. That's actually pretty cool. Also, don't bring your Discord stuff into my stuff. All right. That if you want to argue about it with them, do it on the Discord. All right. If it's Discord stuff, argue about it on Discord. Okay. But we got now Wilfred Brumley taking on Yuri King Kang, our main event of the evening for this show, Supper Showdown. So here we go. See what happens in our main event for this one. As entering first, our champion. Wilfred Brimley telling the world.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Concord, California, weighing in at 293 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Wildcat Brenton.
Wilfred Brimley coming out here telling everybody he's going to delete us like it's diabetes if he's not careful and cross them down too many times. These weights, the challenger Yuri Kincaid. This is a non-title match. but there could be implications in the future as well. See what happens. Maybe it's just a match for Yuri to prove to herself that she can do more than what she thought. She did really well last time, but is this kind of a way for her to redeem herself after her actions from last week, from last show?
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, Yuri King.
Yuri coming out here now. After having a grueling match in the beginning of the PLL demonetized, to go on and do very well for a long period of time in the Goddess of the World Royal and Rumble match for the title. Yuri definitely has the gumption and the effort, but will she have the fortitude and the strength tonight to defeat our champion in this one-on-one fall? Yuri Kincaid, Wilfred Brimley, non-title. Wilfred in the jeans, Yuri in the neon. Here we go. And big boot missed as he got caught with a huge kick from Yuri. Yuri now with a flatliner. Crossface flatliner view into a crossbody. Trying to take the champ off his advantage early. Huge shooting star press off the ground there. Will the rush of Yuri Kincaid's craziness? No, only a 1 count. Oh, there goes Wilford now coming back in the fire and on all cylinders. Uh-oh. Wilford now trying to do his best to gain control into a pin. But Yuri kicks out of it, not even 1 count. Reverses into her own pin. Wilford picks her up out of the situation into a backslider. Yuri gets out of it. Huge chops from Wilford. Equal rights, equal fights. As Yuri now shows an elbow to the jaw there. Tanahashi'd her way into that basement drop kick yet again. Off the ropes. Bottom rope moonsault. Interestingly done. A lot of effort and technique to pull off that move indeed. Yuri with a kick to the back saying she's ready to do something. What will it be off the corner? And Hurricane Rana out of the corner into the shooting star press yet again. Yuri wisely keeping the champion down, keeping him from getting any kind of momentum into the pinfall 2 count. Only as Wilford gets out of it. Yuri now setting up for something big here. Oh! Planting him into the mat there. Nope, gets out of it. Bottom rope moonsault yet again. Wilford's outside now, rolling to the outside, trying to get some air, but Yuri's following him. Oh, Wilford pushes her away. Now Wilford with a big man splash. Splashing on top of her. Throwing her back into the ring now. Wilford. Huge super kick from the big man. But I don't think it caught her flush as she goes now. Sits up with a poison rana on the champ. The champ has indeed been in trouble. Oh, he gets back up quickly. And catches her as she was set up for something big in the corner there. And now the champ taking his time to work on Yuri. And to the corner they go. Oh, nope, Yuri fighting out of it. Big blows to the stomach. A big, big belly. Oh, ducks it. Head scissors into a floating takeover. Wonderfully done by Yuri King Kang. Yuri now sending Wilfred into the ropes. Oh, she got caught. Ooh. Got alley-ooped into all the ropes going down. That is not a fun feeling. Those ropes are made of steel, but only a 1 count. How tough and crazy do you have to be to survive that? Only we know through Yuri King at the moment. So Wilfred Brimley setting up for something. Nope, just working the arm now. Applying pressure to the arm there. Uh-oh. Insulin injection. Caught her with it. Corner away from the corner. Will it be enough time to get a full 3? It is. Yuri King coming out here with a game plan that almost worked. But unfortunately, it was not enough. And Wilfred Brimley with the insulin injection to come back and win it all. They're very good. Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, Titan, this is what we're doing. We're going down. We're going down the week. So I'll show you here on the thing here. So we've got a calendar set up, right? With all these shows going like this. And then once we get to the PL, we're watching the main events unless it's unless there's 2 people who are chat created are in the match, then we watch it like we did with the tag team match there. But once we get to the major pay-per-view event that's down there, I'm going to rename it, and then we'll do it at the end of the month as the pay-per-view, which should be this month's STP solving the problem. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a stream about creating all that and showing how that looks and stuff as well. But that's not until next week. But for now, we're going to go on to the next show. For the next week. We've got ISO Pigeon El Tigre yet again, starting off. We've got Kendall Kidman and Johnny Event Nevermore and Linda Suzuki in a triple threat match. Jay Cobb and Martin versus Ajir and Bootstrama. We'll be watching that one. Rihanna versus Graveyard. I guess we're watching this one as well. Got a tag team tornado match going on there. And then our main event is Wilfred Brimley versus Penguin Power, who was already who's standing in the corner of Graveyard. So this will be interesting to see. Because we'll be watching that one as well. So. But we'll go back to the news of last week. ISO Pigeon El Tigre fumbled and nearly sabotaged each other's partner's tag team match. Attempts to use each other as stepping stones for fame led to shouting contests between the rivals. They struggle against a functioning team. That was a functioning team, apparently. Anyway, so let's go and get the show started for Monday Night Munchies. ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre Fantasma. Randomly chosen. Oh. No results on the winner. Both men may have been counted out. We'll have to check the news on that after the show. Triple threat simulation. Linda Suzuki getting the win. Huge win for Linda. Our first match we're going to be watching this week. Jay Cobb and Martin Mythos versus Ajir. And JJ King. Or no, it showed JJ King, but yet it's actually Ajir and Bodstrama. I don't know why it did that. It's weird. Anyway. The match load up. Here we go. And like I said, the music's down low on the game. You might be able to hear it. But that's on purpose.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from New York, weighing in at 260.
It automatically defaults people to New York after it updates. I gotta do it. Change it back.
Prestigious Honor Classic Champion, big time Jacob Cobb.
Jacob Cobb, our did done good champion. out here in his first tag team match of the evening of the new season. Showing off not only the corn husk jacket and his familiar green and corn, his familiar Colonel attire, but also showing off that wonderful belt, the DDG. After a hard-fought victory against ISO Pitching in the best 2 out of 3 falls match from Demonetized. His tag team partner for this evening.
And his partner, representing the Madness from Annapolis, Maryland, weighing in at 277 pounds, the Masked Man,
Martin Mythos. Out to the ring. We've seen Martin in a few singles competitions and a few one-on-ones. But will the Eldritch Nightmare be able to work in a tag team situation with possibly someone who he could be gunning for in the future? We just do not know it. No, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you like the way this is going, by the way. I hope y'all are enjoying how this is all going and setting up and stuff as well and everything, you know. Hope everyone's having a good time with this and stuff. Like I said, this is a bi-weekly situation. We're going over the month, and then at the end of the month, the end of this month, the last Friday of this month, we will do our PLE, which will be called STP, Solving the Problem. And I'm going to be working on getting that set up as a stream.
weighing in at 371 pounds, the Rekka, Amir, and Batista.
Azir and Batista. Coming out here with a man who, to be in a tag team match with a man who he had a very, very interesting match against starting off the season. Coming up with a man who was beating him in the match previously he had, known as Badastram. Seeing how well they work together. Thank you for the raid and thank you for the follow, Huckleberry Finn. Hope you are having a wonderful time. Welcome on in, Raiders. Appreciate the raid. Hope you're having a wonderful day, like I said. Wonderful evening, whatever time zone you're in. We are currently going over our first ever bi-weekly event for LRW, Lunch Rush Wrestling, as we set up for our PLE for the end of the month, which is STP, Solving the Problem, which we will be creating later on in a stream next week. But right now we have a tag team match showing off two of our chat-created wrestlers, Martin Mythos and Jay Cobb versus two of our character-created wrestlers, Butch Strom and Ajir, in a tag team match. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Jay Cobb and Ajir started off the two big men. And now stomping away at the face of Ajir is Jacob. Jay Cobb, the corn man, Working together with the Eldritch Horror, Martin Mythos. Huckleberry, thank you for coming on in. CG Gaming, thank you for the first time chat. Martin Mythos now taken to leather to face. He pounding away at the skull. And that's stomping away at the back of the head. Trying to keep the big man's equilibrium messed up. Huge belly to, or gut wrench suplex. Into another one, releasing that one. A lot of people have said that, Huckleberry, and that was the choice of the person who I created. This was all choice. All the people are created this way because it was an idea given to them. I will explain more after this match. I'll explain it fully, actually. A better way to understand it, why it's set up this, why they look this way. So I'll give that better off after the match. So anyway, Martin now off the corner there, and now sending him into his own partner's corner. Trying to get frequent tags in, but Azir fighting back. Oh, it got double caught. And a huge toss by Martin. Stomping away at the body now. Uh-oh. And now fully locked into the elbow strikes. To the back of the head. As Martin now. Azir tries to fight out. Oh, big knee from Martin. And now the ground and pound continues. Azir able to guard a little bit he could there, but not getting caught. Oh. Doing everything they can to keep the big man off his feet. Speaking of which, Enziguri as he gets back up. Will Azir go for the tag? No, not yet. Maybe he's setting up for a tag team maneuver. He is. Tagging in the Bashir now. Huge punch to the guard by Butterstrom. Budra now. Walking Martin all the way to the side there. Into a stun gun. Going for the pin. Only a 1 count. But to Huckleberry fan and everybody else following in from the raid, I hope you had a wonderful time with Huckleberry. Huckleberry, hopefully you got a proper shot. If not, let me know. Welcome on in. I guess you were doing WWE as well. Appreciate the raid in. Huge splash from Butchstrom. Into a 2 fall. He gets out of it. Butchstrom is setting up for that arm trap. Oh. Not only twisting both arms, but messing with the fingers. Martin's got to be careful. Big knee in return, though. Tagging the Jacob now. The Corn Man. Bouncing off of Butchstrom. You'd think anybody be a tag team as these two. Oh! Jacob sending Budra into the ref by accident. Possibly not, as Budra trying to hit the big man. And the big man will not go down. But Jacob trying to hit Budra and does not work. Stomping away now. In comes Azir again. Jacob now. Ooh! Almost faltered on that one. Jacob grabbing hold, sending him off the ropes. Taking his eyes off his opponent. Got caught with another clothesline. But he's still in it. Jacob now with a big backbreaker, falling backbreaker. Indeed, the Weeble wobbled, but he didn't fall down. Frequent tagging from both team members. Oh! Butcher trying to hit Jacob, accidentally caught his partner. Butcher now with a big fighting offense, but bounces off of Jacob. Yet again, here comes Jacob now, sitting him in the corner. Tag in. Oh, Martin. What kind of double team do we see from these two? Double team back body flop. Now Martin heading outside, realizing Budra was going out there. Huge knee again. Does not send Budra down though, but he got caught with that one. Beautiful Saito suplex. Now outside working on him. Stomping away at the legs. Trying to help out not only himself, but his partner to get these guys to stay down for long enough to get the 3 or possibly submission win. Now Martin throwing Butcher down, trying to get the pin quickly. And there it is. No need for big moves. Just a lot of offense. As both men equally taking the advantage of other. Uh-oh. Pedro and JJ King out here now. Maybe they've got something to say to these two. Whether it be separate or together. Maybe there's something else going on we don't know about just yet. An average match, it's fine. Kind of figured. So, let me flip over to the other screen real quick before we get on to the next match that we're going to watch. Let's get to everyone. I don't know why my camera did that again. So, if you can see through the clear blurriness, I'll let the camera focus here for a little bit. Thank you once again to Huckleberry Finn, to the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders. If you got to run and leave, I understand completely. It's perfectly fine. I have to do it sometimes myself at the streams. But if you want to watch, or like you're lurking in chat, exclamation lurk, so Twitch knows you're watching. We appreciate all lurkers or anybody else who just comes in. Welcome on in. My name is Knuckle Moose. You call me Knuckle Moose or G. Call me what you will. Don't call me late because fat boy got to eat. And also, don't be a D unless it's, the will of D or, dependable, dedicated, all the good ones. Anyway, so the reason why some of the wrestlers look different, look like the way they do instead of looking other ways in certain ways stuff. Originally, I was doing this on Fire Pro Wrestling World before my copy of it finally gave up the ghost and I can't play on it anymore, kind of thing. So we switched over from Fire Pro over to WWE 2K. And during the switch to WWE 2K, I asked the people who are actual members of my chat, like Jay Cobb and Martin and our next 2 wrestlers, Rihanna and Graveyard Doc. I asked them, hey, do you want me to use your character from Fire Pro we made to bring over to WWE, or do you want me to make you a brand new character with a brand new outfit and everything? Some people, brand new outfits. Some people wanted to stay the same. Jay Cobb wanted to stay the same. And I showed them an update. It's like, hey, this is what you look like right now. So it's what they want to go with. That's how they look. Hence why Jacob does get the Aquaman call too sometimes, but he's actually Jiggy or Corn, technically. It's the best I could do right now until I get a mask that works for him, kind of thing, if he wants a mask. So, but what I do is here, normally I would do this once a month, but this is a new thing we're trying this Friday. Once a month at the end of the month, whether it's the last week of the month or the last Friday of the month, depending on how the schedule goes, how the scheduling's going, I use character created wrestlers that are made from people in the chat, made by myself, or made by people online that give free use to it. Mind you, I'm on Xbox, so if I have to create something, so if I can't find it there, there's another way to get to it. I'll talk about it here in a second. And as long as they're free to use and say, hey, they're free to use for this thing. And we use those individuals to come in, set up the company, and we have wrestling matches at the end of the month. We have a big PLE. Normally, I don't have my camera up when we do the PLE stuff because it's a big, long show, and I have the whole commentary feel kind of thing. And normally, I would have messages pop up and stuff, this, that, and the other. But this is the idea. But we're trying this out this week as a middle of the month bi-weekly situation where we go down through universe mode to set up for the PLE. So that way we have rivalry set up, things of that nature. I can have a better time keeping track of stuff without, blowing my phone up for an hour, like for 3 hours, trying to make sure I keep track of everybody who's wrestled everybody else kind of thing on my notepads. Because it's been hectic to do it. But once again, thank you coming on in. So when I talk about like, other ways to have people bring in characters if they want to be part of this show, I have a Discord, exclamation Discord in the chat, and go over to the herd and not become a member of the herd of the Knuckleheads. End up being a goofball, goober, things of that nature, a whole bunch of stuff. But also congratulations on catching the Wiglet. That is a aquatic Diglett, just to put it out there. It's Pokemon. It's a weird Pokemon. I'll talk about it later for you, Doc. But to like, if say like you guys have a character on WWE 2K you want me to use in case I get permission from someone to use it, and you're a member of the channel, you've been following the channel for a bit or something like that, And you want to put your character in, but it's not on WWE. It's not on Xbox version of WWE, and I can't download it off of WWE downloads. We have a channel on there called Wrestlers on the random side. And down there, you can go through there and show off your wrestler, their stats, what items we like, the items used for like their costumes. And I will recreate them as best I can in the game on Xbox side and have you guys put in and have a debut match at the pay-per-view kind of thing. But I also there's a couple set of rules there, so that way nobody's overpowered. It feels like it's like, there's some back and forth, there's some proper back and forth every now and again, things of that nature. We don't try to go for over 100s here. We try to keep it like at least 90 or lower. So that's the thing. So it gives time for them to build up and work their way up to like being a better outcome. There's only one number 100 person in here. That's our current champion because I forgot I put him in the Royal Rumble, which we call the Battle Royale with Cheese, when we had the title shot for the LRW heavyweight title. So yeah. But that's the reason why they look that way. So those of you who are wondering. So these are some of these like recreations of people. Some of them are brand new creations of people who have been in. But also just the channel in general. If you want to check out anything else we've done, there's a big playlist on YouTube for LRW and everything else I've done on the channel. The only thing I ask is if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, you're having a good time, you're loving all the stuff just going on, not just with the wrestling content, but you want to see other content I do as well. Hit the like button on this. If you're watching this on YouTube later, up YouTube, make sure you do all the three things, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff, ring the bells, all them things, do all the things the red play button wants you to do. So that way, it keeps up to date and lets people know you're watching it and having fun with it kind of thing. The only time I ask you guys to do anything monetarily is if you want to, and to make sure that you have you and your household taken care of before you take care of anything else, do anything else. I always tell people, make sure you guys get your bills paid before you try to help out me with this stuff. And anyway, because all the money for this goes towards this stuff and setting up new things and stuff like that. Not just the wrestling side, but just stream wise in general. So, but anyway, like I said, thank you for the shot. Once again, thank you for the raid. If you're not following Huckleberry Finn yet and, want to go check out his content, make sure you do. I'm definitely going to have to stream for a little bit before I have to go do something else. But anyway, like I said, let's go ahead and hop on back into the matches. We're currently watching watching the main event matches at the end of the weeks, and also.
I apologize. I wasn't really familiar with your game, and
Shut up and take my money.
Anyway, thank you to both of you for that. But anyway, right now we're watching, the only matches we're watching right now are the main events, and any match that involves two or more of our chat created wrestlers, people in chat who created wrestlers to join in the group. That's the only ones we're watching at the moment, to not only cut down the time of how much we do it, but also like to save time on my voice and stuff when I'm commentating over the matches. There is music in the background. It's on very low, so for copyright reasons, just in case, because I believe everybody except for one person, one or two people, have non-copyright music for their theme songs. I'm just not entirely sure if it's working or not, so we're being cautious on that. Up next, following out, after just having an awesome tag team match, coming out now to support two of his allies. Well, actually, all of them supporting each other, kind of thing. As Rihanna Hunter takes on Graveyard Doc in a one-on-one match. Before our big main event. Here we go. Well, like I said, normally when I'm doing this stuff, when commentating stuff, I don't have the camera up because I want people to enjoy the experience like they're actually on the show. So that's why.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Madness from New York, beautiful TBS, Roxanne Hunter.
The demon author, Rihanna Hunter, out here with the Eldritch Horror in her corner. Getting ready to take on Graveyard Doc. In a one fall contest. I need to change some things up then. Seeing that happen.
Representing the unholy union from New York, weighing in at 200.
Yeah. I don't know why it automatically sets people to New York. It's weird. So I'm going to have to do some changes behind the scenes on people's locations and stuff like that kind of thing. Which I thought I did, but it didn't. But Graveyard Duck out here with Penguin Forrester in his corner. Rihanna Hunter. Graveyard Duck, one on fall. Here we go. Rihanna coming out strong with a huge clothesline to Doc and now stomping away. Trying to get the offensive early. Possibly going for a quick pin, but Doc keeping her from getting any kind of momentum. Oh, Lordy. Clean break from the corner from both of them, and now Rihanna's knocked him in the corner. And now working the arm. Keeping Graveyard from doing any kind of offense. And now big boot choke in the corner there. Oh, Graveyard fighting back out of the corner. And now both of them locked up into intensity yet again. Doc able to push her away into a big STO clothesline. Off the ropes. Huge elbow drop in their corner. Brianna definitely feeling the pressure from Doc. And now raking her back. Oh, God. And now shots to the kidney. To the back of the skull. Uh-oh, Rihanna possibly fighting out of it. See what happens here.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Rihanna pushing him into the corner. Clean break yet again. Strikes him in the elbow in the corner again. Trying to set up something big in the corner. But yet going back to the choke. Trying to waste the energy and air of Graveyard Doc. Uh-oh. Alley-ooping up into a fall down. As now Rihanna setting the pace possibly. Going into the corner. Yet again. Rihanna sending him Doc to the top. And just chalks him off there. Using the angles and leverage to her advantage. Trying to rewrite the story of how she won this match. To favor her outcome. Off the top now. Huge elbow into the body. Into the pin in the middle ring. 1, 2. Kicked out of 2. Huge kick to the back there. And now stomping away at Graveyard. Those are not elbows indeed. That is a boot to the chest after some punches in bunches. Uh-oh. Doc trying to fight back again. Uh-oh, off the ropes. Huge leap over. Leap over neck whipper. Uh-oh. Penguin trying to get involved, to look like possibly. To distract Rihanna, but she was already caught up in the combo. Off the top. Huge splash. Graveyard does not look like he's in a good spot. Rihanna possibly trying to drag him away from the ropes. To get the chance to pin him, but looks like Doc is waking up finally. Rihanna now. Uh-oh. Cross-legged into the rider's block. Rider's block submission. He does not tap, though. Rihanna helping him up and then tossing him around. Tossing him once again. Doc now fighting off Rihanna for a moment. Went for a big punch, got caught. Huge club and blow to the back there. Off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl slammed into the pin. And Doc caught with the 3. Could not kick out in time. Rihanna Hunter with another big win. I'm going to have to change up some stuff. So I have to change up how some people come out last together and stuff like that. That's on me. I got to figure that out after stream, but that's going to be after stream stuff like next week. Anyway, a tornado tag team match with some people in it. Got Sparty and her partner versus Yoshihino and Paige. Randomized. Sparty getting the win for the tag team. And I think we're gonna skip. Actually, I think we'll skip the main event on this one because we've already had 2 matches on the card we see. So we'll just go ahead and simulate here, kind of thing. Wilford getting the win, of course. All right. So, oh yeah, news. I want to see what happened because apparently, so El Tigre apparently has a title match coming up for something and went after ISO Pigeon's opponent to make sure ISO didn't get the win. And now those two ended up brawling on the way out, kind of thing, which is weird. So that's what happened. That's why there was a double TKO or there was a double count out situation. Both of them lost, kind of thing. Because, oh no, that's weird. Why does it say that when it wasn't there? So that's weird. Anyway, these two didn't I guess Tigre attacked ISO before the match and they got into a struggle and then shit went downhill from there. So, but we're going to skip on to Supper Showdown. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Wilford versus Penguin again. Owens versus Barre. Martins versus Pedro. Ginger and Linda versus Paige and Yoshino. ISO no Tigre yet again for the main event. We'll watch the main event of this one to see what all the drama is with these two. But before we get to that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I got to go use the restroom real quick and also stand and stretch for a second. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, chat. We're going to be still here about a few minutes. We're going to run a little bit of commercials and then we'll be right back into the action to finish out the rest of the month. So, BRB, we'll see you after a word from our commercial sponsors. A moment, chat, to get my ears back on. Ugh. Yeah. But this is the idea of what we're doing for the week, or for the bi-weekly stuff for LRW. A little, sampler taste kind of thing. to set up for the PLE kind of thing. Setting up. So if y'all like what you're seeing, let me know in chat. Y'all are enjoying this and everything. Watch this on YouTube, of course. Let me know on YouTube. Or, anywhere else, like the Discord and stuff like that and everything. So yeah. But anyway, get on to the next show. A rematch from last week's last week's main event. Random winner. Wilford Brimley. Glorious Owen Rudden versus Sparry. Sparry gets the win over Owen. Martin versus Pedro. Pedro got the win. Okay, interesting. Tag team match. Here we go. Tukra and Linda getting the win. And now our main event. ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre. Both men, a tense rivalry between the two individuals growing. We'll see how well this happens after last week's fiasco. We'll see if these two men can coincide enough to get into the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing Country Dominance from Texas, weighing in at 217 pounds, the ringer, Isaiah Picone.
The throwback thrower, the throwback pigeon, ISO Pigeon. Here once again, show off his unique talents as he takes on a man who has been building up a rivalry with. More 90s flair than Taco Bell, honestly.
And his opponent from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Phantom Tiger.
El Tigre Fantasma. Both individuals not having a lot of love for each other. We'll see how this leads to after the night. If there will be implications for STP, solving the problem. So the colors also, by the way, chat, for those of you wondering, the colors are based off of ISO's channel colors. So like all the craziness it looks like, it actually looks like his stuff from his channel. If you haven't checked out ISO Pigeon, I'll shout him out here in the channel. So we all go check him out as well. Show when he does his streams. Give me a second. You'll find ISO here real quick. There he is. Yeah. But now ISO Pigeon taking the offensive to Tigre. Working both arms. Will Tigre tap this early? No, he gets out of it. Not a problem. Wheelbarrow into a DDT yet again. And now kick to the lower back, trying to keep ISO Pigeon a grounded pigeon. But it doesn't have, oh, he kind of caught him. Kind of caught him with that cannonball drop. Uh-oh. Did that cause more damage than we thought? Only a 1 count. Pigeon getting out of it. You're welcome, Pigeon. Don't worry. I'll make sure to shout out everybody who I can who were in the matches earlier for everybody coming in and stuff. Should have done it earlier, but now it just dawned on me. That's my apologies to everybody else. I'll make sure you guys' channels get shouted out later. At the end of the show, too, as well. Out to the floor now. The count of 3. Into a murder corner. Oh, double stomp to the belly. And a kick to the chest. Now Tigre coming back in now. Here comes ISO Pigeon right behind him. Drop kick to the thigh. Almost a quad area. At least he's not Kevin Nash. You don't have to worry about that situation. Cross choke, but he's got his foot on the rope. Pigeon gets out of it quickly. Tigre trying to set up something fast and, oh no, maybe not. Possible power bomb from El Tigre. Set up power bomb indeed. Only a 1 count as Pigeon kicks out. Still got enough in the tank to do what he needs to get out of it. Uh-oh. Tigre calling out Pigeon. Springboard into the, or no, moonsault into a tornado DDT out of the corner. Tigre now. Huge stomp to the face. Tiger Claw into the on the rope. Pigeon kicks out of 2. The Tiger Claw does not strike. Pigeon fighting out of it. Chopping his way back to victory. Huge super kick. Spear kicker. Into the back of the head. Stomping away at the leg now. And the arm. Working all the digits and extremities. Getting some revenge after what Tigre did to him. Oh! Speaking of which, choke slam by the Pigeon into the pin. Oh, it's a 2 count. A lot of damage done to El Tigre on that, but not enough to put him away. Pigeon now calling up Tigre. What we're going to see out of the corner here. Head scissors. Takeover. Sends him to the other corner. Pigeon decides to bring him back up to his feet. Pigeon now trying to set up possibly something in the corner. It's Tigre there. Puts him up top. What are we going to see here? There's that palm strike. Are we going to see it? Another swinging net breaker from the top corner. Dropping the bit rate. And now once again. Oh no! Tigre reverses the choke slam. Off the corner, off the ropes, into a DDT. Tigre now going for, surfboard submission. Will Pigeon tap? He does. Or maybe he didn't. That was super quick. Oh, Pigeon. Pigeon just attacked the ref. What the hell? What is going on there? That match ended a lot quicker than we thought, maybe. Now Tigre with the win, though. We move on to our next week. Now Tigre scored an upset win, had a hasty retreat in the ring, narrowly avoiding his opponent's outrage. Yeah, Pigeon hit the ref. Okay. All right. We should have 2 more weeks to go through. We'll be doing that. Oh yeah, the rivalries down here at the bottom there. But anyway, Wilford versus Azir. Juwan, Furious Freeman, and somebody else in the triple threat. Allen versus Linda in a 1-on-1. Doc and Penguin in a tag team against Yoshina and Paige Quinn. Maybe Paige bringing in her tag team partner to help out to get the return to punishment from the Fatal 4-Way from earlier this month against Doc. We'll be watching that one. Pigeon versus Tukra. And then Jacob and Martin versus King JJ and Pedro. Apparently Jacob and King JJ have a bit of a rivalry together. So we'll be watching 2 matches out of this week. We'll be watching 2 tag team matches out of this one. So let's go ahead and get the show started. Get, some simulations going here. But like I said, if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, let me know. Comment down below. Also, if you like what you're seeing, hit the follow button. Speaking of which, people who are in the matches, we already shout out ISO. Shout out Doc to make sure he shouted out properly, because Doc does stream. I'm trying to shout out the people who I know stream, so trying to make sure they get a proper shout out when it's, when I can. Who are in the matches. Yeah. But Wilford Brimley coming on top. Wilford Brimley, our champion, probably hit him with an insulin injection. He's making sure that the roster knows that anytime he can delete us like it's diabetes. So, all right. Triple threat match. Here we go. Juan Tyler with the win. Alan Bradley versus Linda Suzuki. Alan gets the win on that one. Our first match of the week we're watching. Hell yeah. Let's hope we get that the number 20 soon. I hope that happens soon for you. One follow away from 20 followers. Let's go. Hell yeah. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, Graveyard Doc tornado tag. So we're going to be good. Okay. It's going to be good. Be okay thing. First person to win, pinfall submission. I don't believe there's disqualification to tornado tag, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what happens. But here we go.
The following is a tornado tag team match. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 446 pounds, the Brain, Peltier, Pow! And the Punisher, Graves, Duck, Martin! The Unholy Union!
Graveyard Doc and Penguin Powerster out here first. Part of the Unholy Union. They like to call themselves for now.
And their opponent,
Against Ruby Quinn.
the Princess Quinn and Selena.
Ruby Quinn and Yoshihino bringing together their tag team from the indie scene here to LRW. Ruby possibly looking to get a little bit of revenge for Doc after the fatal four-way. But we'll see what happens in this tornado tag match as we get things underway. Here we go. Oh, and Doc and Penguin starting off strong. Pump handle. Gutbuster, knee DT by Penguin. I'm going to try my best to call the matches, chat. Elbow drop misses. And Paige Quinn with a huge enziguri. Here's Yoshihino now clubbing back. Ladies fighting back strong. Huge blows back and forth. Oh, Penguin with a pin. There's a head scissors takeover, but no, not only a... Oh, reverse the pin again. Multiple reverses. Paige Quinn calling up Doc into a head scissors. Does it break up the pin? I think it did, actually. And out trading partners and trading blows. Big knee to Doc by Yoshihino. Quinn with a beautiful launch off there. Doc, ooh! Helping out his partner there, but got caught by Yoshihino into a backstabber. There's Penguin now, returning the favor. Huge belly to back suplex. Both ladies are now outside the ring. Penguin going up top, Doc going after Paige. Huge chop from the top there. Doc with a headbutt to the shoulder blades. Holy cow, Yoshihino with a big relief German suplex to the outside. Going up to the corner now. Doc fumbling away as Ruby. As something happened with Yoshihino and Penguin. Penguin now with a sledgehammer. Yoshihino taking it away. But Penguin knocks it out of her hands. Smartly done there by Penguin. Oh, Yoshihino though. Sends him to the ropes. Huge arm toss. Uh-oh. Back and forth action. Penguin with the DD, with the tilt-a-whirl DDT this time. Both ladies in the ring. Doc waiting for, oh, Ruby caught him. Or Paige caught him. Paige caught Doc while he was talking. Oh, but he got caught with that candlestick to the spine. And then another one, Yoshihino. Both ladies caught the kendo and they broke it. Breaking that candlestick on Yoshihino. Uh-oh. Penguin now. DDT. Oh, chair shot in the corner. Doc with the pin on Yoshihino. As Penguin keeps. Yep. I don't say it's, that's the corner side. It's weird. Anyway, I gotta double check that. But your winners, Penguin Powerstar and Graveyard Doc. working together to get the victory over Yoshihino and Paige Quinn. I kept calling her Ruby because there's another person in the group that in the game that in the roster that's named Ruby that looks as the film here look to Paige. So that's on me fucking up. So that's on me. All right. So simulation between ISO Pigeon and Tukra. ISO Pigeon with the win. Possibly nefarious means. We'll see. But our main event, our next match we're watching. Pedro Hernandez and JJ King and King JJ versus Martin Mythos and J Cobb. See how well this works out. Apparently, there's a bit of a rivalry between J Cobb and King JJ. It may be because at the current moment, J Cobb, our current DDG champion, the Done Did Good champion.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from New York, weighing in at 267 pounds, the classic, global, prestigious, honor, classic champion, big time, Jacob Cobb.
I gotta change the announcements for that title as well, because I just put a bunch of stuff on there and I forgot about it, kind of thing. When I made this title, I was in a different mindset when we made it, so and an elevated mindset, if you will, when it happened. So that's why. Out next.
And his partner, representing the Madness, from Annapolis, Maryland, weighing in at 277 pounds, the Masked Man, Martin Macho.
The Eldritch Horror, Martin Mythos. Out here now. Both men have been on an interesting turn of events, not only tag team wise, but in singles competition as well. Will we see the outcome of the events at STP solving the problem at the end of the month? Many things have happened. A lot of implications have indeed happened. There will be some possible title matches set up in the near future. And their opponents heading out to the ring.
And at a combined weight of 418 pounds, King JJ and the Savior, Pedro Hernandez.
King JJ and Pedro Hernandez. Kind of the enemy of my enemy is my good friend scenario here, it seems like. Both these gentlemen having not the best opinions of their opponents. As J Cobb and King JJ starting out the match. This tag team main event. Here we go. Uh-oh. King JJ realizing maybe early he might have bitten off more than he could chew with the champ. As a gut wrench power bomb from the big corn cob. Starting off early, just showing off the dominating power with a leaping elbow. From the big corner. Jay Cobb, our done did good champion. Winning the match after a gruesome back and forth a series of contests between himself and one ISO pigeon to win a 2 out of 3 falls at last month's PLE demonetized, which you can now see on the red play button. Uh-oh, throws him on the rope, just bouncing off him. King JJ fighting back. Starting to work up an offense here. Slowly tearing away the armor of the big man. But that did not work for too long. King JJ yet again going back in with the hands. Uh-oh, Jacob, huge shoulder tackle. Jacob distracted with celebrating, doesn't see Pedro get the tag. In comes Pedro Hernandez. And it doesn't do anything as well. It's Jacob now into a quick pin. Only a 1 count. Jacob still thinking King JJ was the legal man. Now realizes Pedro is. Sends Pedro in the corner. Tag team maneuver coming in now between the two. What are we going to see here? Double team hip toss. All the way down to the ground. Now Martin in now. Working over the extremities and digits of Pedro. Oh, into an armbar. Will Pedro tap instantly? No, he fights out of it. And a huge Hurricane Rana. Catching him off guard. Off the top rope into a moonsault, but didn't get it all. Barely got caught with the knees, but it wasn't enough to catch Martin. Off the ropes. Beautiful, beautiful toss over. Holding toss there from Martin. Now he tags in Jacob. Jacob, though, respectfully giving Pedro the chance to get back in. And he does, and caught him with a shoulder tackle, but barely catches him with it. Oh, wheelbarrow into a DDT. Or no, into a bulldog. Apologies there to Pedro. Pedro now realizing he's got the champ down finally. Starting to work away at the physical physique of Jacob. Returning the ground and pound. Jacob gets outside. Now coming back in. Big man over the ropes. Went for a drop kick. Jacob able to read him and move out the way. Uh-oh. Jacob. Big slam by the big man. Pedro possibly going for a possum pin there. Got caught. A big boot downstairs. Jacob now. Oh, reversal from Pedro. Will Pedro try to get to his corner? No, drop kick to the body. Putting him down on the ground there for a moment. And now sending him to his partner. Oh, the ref was in the way. Pedro swinging a bunch. Hurricane Rana takedown. Jacob gets himself back up via the ropes. Pedro now working the legs, trying to chop down the corn stalks. Keep him having all that power. Picks him up, fireman carry style, Jacob gets out of it. Went for a bear hug, got reversed. Pedro now off the ropes. Hurricane Rana takedown yet again into a pin. Oh, Martin was about to come in, but Jacob grabbing the rope, ref able to see it this time. Gets out of the pin, Fisherman. Now in the corner now. Try to set up something. Jacob fighting his way out. Uh-oh. Pedro got caught with a big clothesline there. Into the pin, but King JJ right there. To help out his current tag team partner. Uh-oh. But Jacob might be setting up for something. He is. It's time to shuck the corn. Horn shucker. But does not fit. Now picks up the pinfall. And King JJ realized that maybe it was not the wisest idea. Oh no! I kind of had a feeling. All the trash talking got to both men. All the shames that Pedro and King JJ were running their mouths. And it come back to haunt them. As both men made sure they knew who were the victors of the night's main event. I believe, let's see if there's any news. Whoa, okay. So apparently this happened. ISO Pigeon's 101 win turned into a desperate brawl when El Tigre dropped down a steel cage around him. After ISO Pigeon won, El Tigre dropped a steel cage around him and El Tigre. El Tigre on top of the cage and then took shots at Pigeon, who did come back to fight and win, but still, that was interesting. We should have, man, a lot of craziness going on with that at the moment. See what happens on Friday night on Supper Showdown. Go for Broomy versus Jawan. Linda versus Penguin. Pigeon and Tigre yet again. Haley Webb, our current Goddess of the World champion, taking on Adriana Nevermore. And again, once again, King JJ and Pedro versus Martin and Jacob for the main event, the tag team match. Maybe a regular tag team, not a tornado tag as the last one was. So, I'm going to put up a thing in chat right now. I'm going to put up a poll real quick. Yay or nay to watch the ISO Pigeon El Tigre match. We'll have it running for about 3 minutes. And put your votes in on where on what we should do for this one, because a lot of craziness has been happening between them two. And if it keeps happening, polls up by the way. Y'all can vote with your channel points. But there's a lot of craziness happening between those two rivalries, and if it keeps going on tonight, there's some shenanigans happening. If we watch this match, if there's more shenanigans that happens, I do know of a title that's open right now, and I may put some people in a title match for it just to settle some stuff. But because of all the anarchy that's happening stuff, we might put them in a specialized match just to make sure it happens. So, and that will be taking place. They're definitely going to have a match at STP. We're definitely going to have, I'm going to announce it here, ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre at STP, solving the problem at the end of the month pay-per-view. On their normal show we do. But yeah. Chat, go ahead and vote on which we watch this match or not, because there's a lot of insanity going on with these two. So, you know, we watch not these two, but ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre. All the craziness that's been happening so far. So technically you can only throw one at a time, Doc. Though it does let you throw multiple ones. Technically you're only supposed to throw one at a time, so. But yeah, I don't know why. Unless that execute was a very high level, it should have been easy to catch. I don't know. Something's up with that then. Maybe because you threw the 2. One failed before. I don't know. I have to look into that then. See what's up with that situation. Did I type Faye instead of Nay? Of course I did. Because I hit N instead of I hit V instead of N for some reason. Or I might have hit N thinking it was V. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, so. But yeah, we got like a little bit left on the vote there. On whether we watched or not. Oh, you did not? Yeah. I don't know. It might be something with the time frame too, because some stuff's weird like that in that game. Like I've sat there and I've thrown like an ultra ball at a Pidgey on the Twitch Pokemon game and it not catch it. And Pidgey's one of the easiest fucking things to catch. So I don't know what's up with the thing sometimes. Sometimes it's time zones, sometimes it's just craziness and stuff. So I guess we're not watching it though. I meant to say nay on that. It's a vague. So we're not gonna watch this one. We'll just keep up with what happened. As we have been on the poll there. So that's what will happen with that. We are not watching it. Anyway. Simulation time. Wilfred beats Juwan. Linda beat Penguin. Interesting. LT Gray and ISO Pigeon. It's a draw. Of course. Oh, we can look at the news like this. Okay. LT Gray attacked Pigeon before the match started. Fighting continued. The match had been called off. Yeah, we're going to be seeing these two take on each other at STP, solving the problem. And they might be going up for a title match. We'll see how it goes. See if I choose to do it or not. Haley Webb, our current champion, versus Adriana Nevermore. Who had a hell of a showing in the Rumble match, in the Royale match. Haley Webb with the winner, though. And now, once again, our main event. King JJ and Pedro versus Martin Mythos and J Cobb. I'm going to turn the entrances off on this one. We may see King JJ or Pedro. We'll see some. We may see these 4 individuals at the pay-per-view. STP. Possibly in singles matches. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Uh-oh. No time to waste. Martin and King JJ going at it in the ring. Pedro being sent outside by Jacob. I'm guessing Martin and Jacob are tired of all the shenanigans. Falling, grab Flapjack into the pin already. Kicks out of 2. It's Martin and King JJ. Going at it now. Martin just throwing hands. Oh, King JJ with that judo hip toss. Trying to gain the upper hand now. Throwing him in the corner. Tag team maneuver between the two. Huge punch to the ribs. Pedro now trying to set up some kind of aerial offense. Puts Martin in the corner instead. Uh-oh, from the other corner. Huge European combination. Into the 6-1 in the corner. Pedro. Head scissors takeover on the Martin. Into a shooting star press from the mat. Pedro now trying to work the legs. He does. Yanking at the leg there. Trying to cause some damage. Trying to chop down the Eldritch Horror. And now those cool water kicks. Luckily, Martin's face protected by that skull. We don't know whose it is, but it's somebody's. Huge huge elevated moonsault does not land, though. As Martin now German suplexes him on his fucking neck into the corner. Tagging in Jacob now. And now Pedro. Uh-oh. Drop kick. No. He weebled. He wobbled. But the corn will not fall down. Oh! Throwing him into the top corner there. And now Jacob. Big man splash. Big ear of corn splash. Pedro now trying to get the hot tag to King JJ. And Jacob don't care. Yep, he don't care. King JJ, all talk. Not a lot of action right now. It's Jacob tossing him around. That huge side slam. That huge corn cob slam. And just taking the fist to the face. There we go now, working the jaw. Cranking on the neck, causing more problems. For King JJ, just tossing him by his ankles. Jacob now bringing in Martin. Returning the favor he got from Pedro to King JJ. Martin now setting him up, fireman's carry style. Big DVD. Death Valley driver into the pin. Oh, only a 1 count. King JJ kicking out. Martin stopping the hot tag. Oh, King JJ though fighting back. Huge European. Got your Martin off guard there for a second. Oh, King JJ trying to go to the corner and Martin caught him. Jacob back for a tag. Uh-oh. Martin now. Oh, no. What are you doing to Pedro? This is not how we vote for Pedro. Back body drop onto the apron. Hardest part of the ring. DDT to Martin. Martin might be busted open. We can't tell. We are to the count of 3. Count to 5. Both men on the outside still. Will we see a double count out? Uh-oh, JJ. No way. JJ, King JJ. Martin must have been caught up on the barricade too much. And then making sure Jacob didn't come in and interfere. Return the favor that Pedro received earlier. King JJ and Pedro getting the victory via count out. But will this be the outcome at STP? That was interesting. All right, check the news real quick. Yeah. Yeah, they continued to have to brawl that way kind of thing. All right, so. This should be the last week. Yep. So these will be the last 2 nights we'll do stuff, and then we'll call it the game there, and then we'll go and raid out and stuff we can normally do. Yeah. But this will definitely be the 2 weeks that set up. These are the go-home shows that set up for STP. So whatever happens here, we'll definitely set up shows for the main event, the pay-per-view. So we got U4 again. Penguin versus some guy. We've got we got a tag team match with Paige and Yoshihino versus Spari and Yuri. Linda versus Rihanna. Of course, the El Tigre. Oh, it's a promo. Promo for El Tigre versus Iso Pigeon. And the main event, Wilfred Brimley versus Jordan Rain. So we will definitely run through the first match, and we will definitely do the promo. Or no, we'll do the first match in the main event like we normally do. So yeah, we'll do this match because these two. And then we'll do the main event. And we'll call that, and then we'll do next week and then our next show afterwards. So, starting off, see what happens here. Not doing entrances for this one. Once again, just going at each other. Brawling again. Yeah, once more. Jacob and Martin not happy with being disrespected like they were last week. Once again, coming out, trying to finally put away all the action chaos of this situation. Jacob now, the big corn. Possibly looking earlier to shuck his opponents. Oh, double teamed. And JJ now fighting Martin on the outside. Knee to the back there, catching Martin off guard. Jacob now taking control, throwing King JJ in the corner. Oh, and up big elbows to the side of the jaw there. Martin finally getting back up, being caught off guard for a second in the chaos of this whole match. Oh, Pedro hitting Jacob, but it does not work in his favor as he still got splashed to a pin. Only a one fall. Jacob now working the inside of that knee. That's Martin now going for an armbar on the King JJ, who does not tap, luckily. Martin wants to do some heavy damage to King JJ, it looks like. Oh, big clothesline as Martin was trying to set up for something quick there. Martin back up though, now tagging in Pedro. Oh, big single leg drop kick there by Pedro. Huge moonsault, misses yet again. Martin catching him on the fall down. And now just messing with him as he works the inner knee of Pedro and the ankle. Telling him he needs to keep his flippy shit to himself. Is now working on a single leg Boston Crab. Only showing only half as crabby as he can be. But Pedro gets out of it, picking the leg. And face buster to tag in King JJ. Both men wisely tagging in. Uh-oh, King JJ tripped there for a second. Maybe all the damage is getting to him. Uh-oh. Big Alabama. Alabama slammer. King JJ now fighting back against Jacob. Does not getting offensive there. Got caught with a clothesline this time. Off the ropes, huge shoulder tackle. That is a lot of corn flying at that man. There's a lot of force behind him. KJ off the ropes. Corn cob slam. In the corner, tag team maneuver. Here we go. Big punch to the diaphragm by Martin Mythos. And now Martin now. Uh-oh. Possibly going to send him somewhere else. Sends him to the ropes. Bear hug into the belly-to-belly suplex. Martin is feeling himself. Will he stop the hot tag that just got in? Into the head scissors by Pedro. Now Pedro trying to work on the arm of the Eldritch Nightmare. Congratulations on the catch, by the way. Double stomp to the arm yet again. Pedro finally getting that moonsault off the bottom ropes. Into a pin, but only a one count. Jacob coming in to help his tag partner just in case there was some shenanigans. Oh, kicked him in the ribs. Kicking him when a man is down. Oh, Martin gets back up quickly, though. And it catches him. Chucking the big man, chucks him down. Into the pin. Not enough, only a 1 count. Big punch to the body. Oh, off the ropes. Bear hug into. Over the top, belly to belly. Martin heading outside now. This may have been Pedro's plan. Sliced bread on the floor. Will they get another count-out victory here? They will not. Bringing Martin back in now, but Martin has felt the sting of the Savior. Off the top, twisting arm drag. Thought he may have gone for something else. Pedro now. Schmaz into the crowd. Martin gets the hot tag. Here comes Jacob. Pedro doesn't realize it. He is in hot water now. As the corn gets popping with the big corn chuck, the corn cob slam. Yet again, oh, big right leaf to the face. The ref in the way, but somehow Pedro get out of it. Maybe King JJ stepped on the ref. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Corner bomb by Jacob. Oh, we're going to see another one. Alley-ooped instead. No, Pedro. Pedro may have landed on the boots of King JJ. Thought he had enough to catch Jacob off guard, but it didn't work. Oh, no. Oh, we're going to see a powerbomb onto another powerbomb person. Sometimes you got to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker. King JJ breaking up the possible pin there. Now Martin Mythos coming in, stalking his prey. Pedro, oh, caught him off guard with that slice bread into the pin. There's Jacob breaking up the pin, though. Pedro off the ropes. Huge floating senton. Pedro heading outside for some reason. Maybe went over too far. And now trying to do something springy thingy off the ropes there. Head scissors takeover into the corner. Pedro picking up Martin now. Finally, some tag team maneuvers from King JJ and Pedro. They work on Martin. Gotta cut him off from Jacob. Oh, Martin fighting back though. Big blow to the head. Uh-oh, Martin from behind. Pick up and drop. Martin now. Uh-oh, Martin into the choke. Eldritch Abomination. Even with Pedro coming in, King JJ couldn't help but tap out. The Eldritch Abomination choke. Almost a mind freak, if you will. Even with the possible assistance from Pedro, still getting the upper hand to win it. It's Jay Cobb and Martin Mythos come out on top in that match. Simulate this one. Penguin does not win that one, unfortunately. Tag team match here, Tornado Tag. Paige and Yoshihino get the win over Spirey and Yuri. Linda versus Rihanna Hunter. And a singles fall. Linda getting the win over Rihanna. Those two had some issues in the Rumble, in the Battle Royale from last month. So maybe they're here. Trying to settle the differences, maybe. I don't know. See what happens. El Tigre versus Pigeon. In a promo battle. Random choice. El Tigre gets the win in the promo battle, apparently. We'll see what happened here. Tigre's time addressing the crowd was cut short when Isopitcher confronted him in the ring and issued a challenge to a future match. El Tigre responded with a cheap shot with the microphone. Both men and leading into a brawl. At the results. And now, let me make sure something real quick to see. Okay, hold on now. All right. And now our main event of the match. Wilford Brimley versus Jordan Rain. Our champ taking on Jordan Rain. Jordan Rain, who didn't have much of a showing in the fatal four-way between the two of these gentlemen, including Graveyard Doc and Paige Quinn. We'll see what happens here if Jordan Rain can get some offense and impress the champ tonight. Speaking of titles, now, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we're going to make it official here, as we will make the match between ISO Pigeon and El Tigre Fantasma.
The World Heavyweight Champion, Wildcats Brenton.
As our world champion comes out here to get ready for his main event match. Ladies and gentlemen, at STP, it will be ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre Fantasma for the Fast and Free title. And they will be fighting inside of a surrounded cage structure to make sure both men not only do not run away from the fight, but it's finally settled between these two once and for all. We will also be seeing J. Cobb putting up his DDG title.
And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Reaper, Jordan Ray.
At the moment, we will be putting up also singles matches at STP between J. Cobb and King JJ versus, and we will also see a singles match between Martin Mythos and Pedro, possibly. We do not have full word yet. We will see after tonight. We'll hear more about it to see what's being set up for STB. But we will confirm ISO Pigeon versus J. Cobb for the DDG. Or no, ISO Pigeon versus El Tigre for the Fast and Free title. I apologize, I misspoke. But yes, ISO Pigeon will be taking on El Tigre for the title to crown the first Fast and Free champion. Speaking of champions, Wilford Brimley, Jordan Rain. Here we go. Jordan Rain with a big kick to Wilford. And Wilford now locking up. Jordan Rain pushing her champion in the corner. And clean break from both individuals. Oh, Jordan Rain catching Wilford Brimley off guard for a moment there, but Wilford trying to fight out of it. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Wilford fighting out of it. This time reverses it. Jordan now trying to fight out of this reversed hold, and does with a shoulder lock into a headlock, side headlock there. Side headlock submission. Wilford Brimley now from behind yet again. Huge shot to the lower back. Wilford Brimley off the corner. Caught him with a possible clothesline, maybe a punch. Caught him across the bridge of the nose there for sure. Making Jordan Rain guys water just a little bit more extra. And now that cross chin lock. Jordan Rain trying to fight out of it. Does well, so well. Suplex from Wilford. Uh-oh. The champ calling up Jordan. Pound him. He calls him the Bessler. Big splash. From the big man. Off the ropes now. Big boot to the side of the head. Jordan Reign fighting himself back in the corner. Gets caught. Club and blow to the spine. Wilford now working on the arm. Oof. And now stomping away at the throat, choking him in the corner. Going for the pin. Will it be enough? It is. Just the power and onslaught from Wilford Brimley. Taking out Jordan Reign in a matter of seconds. Wilford Brimley's reign of terror and power continues on. Yeah, that was the hoof. All right. So I believe, yeah, the next show will be the last one we do. So, all right. So apparently there's cigarettes and little chocolate donuts, but you know, that's how it goes. So we got King JJ and Pedro versus Graveyard and Jordan Reign. Verona and Goichek and Furious Freeman versus Paige, Quinn, and Yoshihino in the tag match. Promo between El Tigre and Vital Pigeon yet again, setting up for the STP cage match, or enclosed cage match. Sparry versus Allen. And our main event, Wilford Brimley versus Lolafant. Lolafant, our runner-up to the Goddess of Women's Rumble match, almost won it. Now challenging Wilford Brimley. And I will say it here now. If Lolafant gets a win over Wilford Brimley, we're having a fucking title match between the two on the ASTP. Just for shits and giggles. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to be watching we'll be watching the main event though. So yeah. All right, so. Randomized. Graveyard Doc and Jordan Reign get the win over King JJ and Pedro. Paige, Quinn, and Yoshihino get the win in the tag match. All things randomized. El Tigre gets the promo battle win. Yes, El Tigre called out ISO Pigeon in a standoff and issue a challenge at STP. But he turned him down for the moment. So, Sparry wins over Allen. And now our main event, our last match of the stream. Wilford Brimley, our champion, versus Lolafant. With ISO Pigeon in her corner, maybe ISO Pigeon didn't accept the challenge officially here. Worried about Lolafant in her match tonight in the main event against the champ.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Concord, California, weighing in at 293 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Wildcat Brenton!
Wilford Brimley yet again on his tour of domination of the LRW roster. Now facing a new challenger, the runner-up of the Goddess of the World Battle Royale with cheese. The one and only Lolifant. Had a bridesmaid, not the bride situation at the tournament, at the Rumble match, at the Battle Royale with cheese match. But will she earn herself an opportunity?
Accompanied by the ringer, Isaiah Picone, representing Country Dominance from Texas, Sunshine Lauren.
Lolifant coming out here with some backup just in case. But Lolifant taking the almost opportunity. May she take this once-in-a-lifetime chance to gain herself a title shot at the pay-per-view. We shall see what happens. Wilford Brimley, our champ. Lolifant, the runner-up of the Goddess of the World Rumble. Oh, got caught already with a super kick by Wilford Brimley. Wilford Brimley saying, I don't have time to mess around. It's time to bring the fight. And Lolifant does with a running step up in Zaguri already. And now stomping away at the arm of Wilford Brimley. Lolifant, huge, wonderful leaping elbow there. And now, ooh, kick to the spine. Wilford Brimley may be counting laces later. Ooh, thinking of what she got caught in the side of the head there. That kick out. Trying to get him out for. Uh-oh. Throws it to the ropes and now working the lower back with those forearms into the spine. Wilford off the ropes. Oh, what? Lolifant luckily falling down from the pain. Did not get caught by the first move, but got caught by that, though. And now Wilford returned the favor. Oh, Pigeon. What is Pigeon doing? Pigeon removed the corner buckle. The hell are you thinking, Pigeon? Wilford going up top, not noticing what Pigeon did. Off the top, huge shoulder tackle. Wilford Brimley now. Working the knee. Picking up Lolifant to the sit-down position and, ooh, rolling European uppercut from the sitting position. A lot of weight coming at her in a moment. Uh-oh. Wilford with that cross choke. Lolifant gets out of it though. Choke, like more of a choke and less of a choke and more like putting pressure to the knee. Oh, Wilford with the big elbows. Going for the win. It's over. Wilford Brimley once again dominating the action. I don't know what ISO Pigeon's plan was, but it did not work, unfortunately. As Wilford Brimley comes out on top once again. So far, the only person to hand a loss to Wilford Brimley, technically, has been Graveyard Doc. Will we see something come about of it at STP? I am not sure. Yeah, we heard that already. That was the main event. All right, so we're going to call the stream there, chat, as next week will be the pay-per-view, STP, solving the problem, and setting up the matches in the future, like setting up for future matches after everything's done and we go through the roster and everything and see what's going on and stuff. But once again, thank you to Huckleberry Finn for the huge raid earlier. Appreciate it, as always, for the 10-person raid. Huge raid. Thank you once again. If you're still here from Huckleberry's raid, thank you for staying by and watching. We hope you like what you see here. Hit the follow button. We'll be doing a bunch of other stuff, including that and the wrestling pay-per-view at the end of the month, the last Friday of the month. But we're doing a bunch of things as well. So we hope you've enjoyed. If you want to keep seeing more, hit the follow button to know when we go live. If not, also hit the Discord, exclamation Discord and chat. Go see that and go follow us there and see what's going on there. You know, Go check, see what's going on that way. Let me find someone to raid out to, because, just keep spreading the love and the support to everybody, as we've been doing. Who do we want to go to? That is the question of the evening. Who shall we raid to? You check my usual list here for a second. And then we'll check the other list here. Seeing if everybody else is doing any kind of wrestling. Of any kind to have fun, or anybody we know is doing some stuff we know. Go show us support some people, and doing some stuff to have fun and things of that nature. Let us raid out to keep the wrestling going. We'll raid out to someone who's doing some wrestling tonight. Brand new channel to raid out to. Let us raid out to we're going to raid out the CMV Network. Go check out their stuff, see what they're going on and stuff. So, go check them out and see that as well. But chat, I hope you've all enjoyed. Hope you all had a wonderful time watching. Once again, thank you to, to everyone who came by, to everyone who came in the raid. Let me make sure people get their shout outs properly. At the end here, if they're still here. So, okay. But anyway, everyone, I hope you enjoy yourselves. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with maybe some maybe doing some Battlefield 6 stuff. I might be doing something else. We'll see how it goes. Because it depends, because I don't normally stream on Saturdays unless I need to, and I'm going to try to do something Saturday if I got the energy to do it. But we'll be back Monday to doing some more stuff. Next Friday will be another wrestling thing where we set up the matches and stuff. And if you want to character creation stuff, we'll do it then too as well for next Friday. And then the last Friday of this month, which will be the 29th, will be the big WrestleMania, will be our big STP, will be our PLE solving the problem. So we'll see y'all then for that, for your wrestling content wise. Everything else, Monday through Friday, as usual, except for Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, depending on how I feel. So, but go say hi to CMV for me. Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of their show. And have a good time. So until then, later. Stay wiggly, everybody. Bye.